Hello everybody, Rob Beasley here from the Enlightenment Chronicles this time, and what we're going to be discussing tonight is a couple of things: the Jesus bloodline and this phenomena of dealing with egoic behaviours and beliefs. It's a really challenging thing, I've got to tell you. And you know, because I consider myself to be enlightened. It's not a loose call because I've written a book on what is the single God, so I've certainly got a plethora of research. I think my findings of that book are reasonably solid. I've studied a number of spiritual journeys across the way, and the conclusions that I draw can easily map back nicely across those things. So, my world experience with people that are so-called enlightened is an interesting one, and it's why I want to consider talking about today this idea that there is an enlightened state that flows through the bloodline. So we'll talk about that, perhaps a little bit about what I hold to be the enlightened condition, and if anyone comes along to the room, we'll have a discussion on that. Oh, and finally, just had an interesting experience with a couple of people that I call spiritual vampires or believers. Now, they might tag themselves as atheists, but their position on spirituality is still based on a belief. Hello, viewer number one. So, yeah, I think that'll be should be quite an interesting discussion. Unfortunately, it's probably not the right time. I mean, I've only got probably about an hour. I've got to get to bed. If people want me to make sure I rest, even though I am rested, but they don't understand the way that the enlightened mind works. So yeah, I think we'll have a good show, and there may be some people come in, and if they do, then we usually do the enlightened versus ego dance, which we'll talk about in a minute. So just 1 second while I go and put some invites out there, and then we'll get the show on the road. And it's all these different faces and places and whatnot. Today was a very, very, probably one of the best days of my life. Unbelievable. Now down, deeper and down. Okay, that's Frank. And what I might start doing is sharing this to show you how I'm being still tormented after 3 years by these people. I mean, and the lies that go on in this, the sophisticated, well, not necessarily sophisticated, but rat cunning is the term we use, and it's so persistent. And I'll introduce you to some of the terrible terrors that I have to deal with on a regular basis. Okay, so we've done that, we don't want to put it anywhere else. Right. We want to look at that, so I'll put this over here. Put that there. That there. And screen share. Okay, let's go. Hello, viewer number 0. No? Oh, that's interesting. Not useful. So, there. All right. Okay. This is me, the good wolf. The green video monitor there is symbolising this room we're in now. These are a bunch of chats. There's a guy called Frank Green. He's a gaslighter. So there's a whole community of them. I think we're up to about 70, 60, 70, 80. It's now extending out. This behaviour that proliferates on the internet, this gaslighting, it's more pervasive than I thought. So we're probably going through a group of about 70. Now, and then there's a Mando, that's another group. My goodness, it's prolific. So basically what these groups are, they're sort of like little tribes. And what they do is they set up a target victim, and then they will persecute that victim. It's very egoic in nature, this sort of behaviour. And then it's sort of, particularly if you get someone that fights back, it can sort of swell up into what seems to be an almighty nightmare. That phenomenon is interesting because the victim can be cast as the bully. And that's a strategy that these guys like to try and deploy. So you don't only get psychologically frustrated by the lies that they tell about you, they then basically turn you into the bully, and that doubles up on your frustration. And the outcomes of that, and I don't know how pervasive this is, but the outcomes of that can lead to mental health. And it certainly was for me. I got 2 stays in mental health. So I came online to promote my book, What is This Thing Called God? Naively walking into this festering swamp. And I just thought that these people were just teasing me or ignorant or some damn thing, and me being determined, I kept at it. So here we are 3 years down the track after 2 stays in mental health care and potentially a lifetime on lithium and some other health issues to boot. Not to mention loss of income for the book, because basically this persecution slayed any chance the book had. And for me, even if you beat me up, you couldn't treat me worse in terms of that sort of outcome. I mean, I was thinking about it today, it's probably about $200,000 worth of stuff. But when you try and talk about this phenomenon to other people in the circle, they really just don't want to know. They might be good people, but no, it's all too hard, and they just don't want to know. So you get very, very isolated. Fortunately for me, my book, helped me understand human spirituality extremely well, and it led, in my opinion anyway, to me being enlightened, and not frightened. So I could say the course, but boy, oh boy, and I'm not kidding when I say this, and I suppose this will be taken the wrong way, but even your bestest friends can turn on you in this cycle. So it's a terribly, terribly hard road. Fortunately, though, the tide's turning. So the good news is I've got a group of now 12 to there's a couple of others, so about 18 people that, based on my assessment of what the Enlightenment means, fit that profile. And they are huge, huge support for me. Absolutely huge. They don't question me at all. I don't ask them. I'll ask for something, but I'll never demand it, and it'll be entirely up to them whether they do it or not. They move quickly in and out of the conversation. They're always accurate, and some of them misbehave, so they're the first one to sort of point it out. So yeah, really good. I mean, so that's the positive news. Got this great support group. Now, what we're doing is Hello, viewer number 1. What we're doing is we're going to be taking people to court, processing through police channels. So the court is for defamation, because the nature of the gaslighting, it's black and white, as clear as day. In fact, we'll actually probably go back and we'll run another video on gaslighting just to make sure that people understand. Hello, viewer number 2. That people understand exactly what this gaslighting phenomenon is, because it's something that's not that hard to manage once you know what you're dealing with. And it's something that needs to be stomped out vigorously of not only the internet, it's actually going on in, a large portion of the human population. Beats me why no one's worked this stuff out. It's when you sort of experience it firsthand, it's very, very obvious. Very, very obvious. Anyway, strange world we live in. Oh, the other thing that I'm doing with my book, so that's dealing with the negative, the lies. The spiritual story is also, you have to deal with the true love side of it, truth and love. So I've done some research in my book on Jesus, the man. He's not a god. And it appears to me, with great conviction, that he was an enlightened human being. And not only enlightened, but just a true lover of humanity. So those dual aspects of getting rid of the lies and being a true lover are the important elements of becoming a spiritually mature human being. So that's a great find, I think, and I want to share that. And the enlightened dudes that I show it to, without question, they get it almost immediately. Almost immediately. Oh, that was the other thing we're going to talk about today, and that was one of the oddities. Like, I've really worked hard, really put an effort in to try and help these people see the error of their ways, with the firm feeling that I'd be able to achieve it one day. But I've got to say, right up till now, I have not. I've stubbornly stayed in their negative spirituality. So that's a bit of a mystery. But a couple of things of interest. So there's that, and the negative spirituality. There's hello, viewer number 1. You're dealing with the egoic side. That's the negative spirituality. You're dealing with pride. Quite simple matters. Identify them and piss them off. And then on the other side, it's true love. True love. So practice that every day. And if you have an issue with a person, it'll be because of the egoic behaviour. No ego behaviour, then humanity would always love humanity. Yeah, so the other element was, hello, 2 viewers. The other element was, we've got, oops, hang on. Who's that? I didn't call them. This guy's telling me to go to bed. It's only 10 o'clock. Now, while I've got that guy on screen, that guy's name is Cerberus Hex. Right? He is, in terms of, if I express it in spirituality terms, I'll probably monkey. So, yeah, well, I'm just doing a vid on, your brother from another mother. Hey, what do you think of your brother from another mother?
He doesn't fucking talk.
Or didn't you get a chance to know him?
Well, he doesn't talk. That's all I need to know. He doesn't talk. Doesn't do nothing. Apparently, he's about. I don't know much at the moment.
You can read it in the text, though, can't you? I can.
Yeah. Well, does he type it in the outside chat on a computer or in a fucking on a phone?
I don't know. No idea. I never question him. Just like I don't question you, I never question him. He does whatever he wants to do. But anyway, he's the actual dude, right? You know how Bulldog calling me a child predator, right? He's the actual dude that we're talking about. So this, what we're trying to do is get Bulldog in a room with him and expose Bulldog.
For what? What's Bulldog gonna do?
Well, Bulldog's made all these claims, right? So he's got to sit there and I'll present the claims if he won't, right? And then the kid's going to sit there and tell the true story.
Yeah. When's that gonna happen?
When? Oh, I don't know. Tomorrow, next day, whenever. Yeah. It will happen, though. Guarantee it.
Because you're not joke.
Jose or Hossie.
Yeah.
Hello, viewer number 2. Yeah. What about him?
Yeah, because I found his Facebook.
You found his what?
His Facebook. And Pedro Miller's mom's Facebook.
Yeah.
And fucking Josh found Shotgun's Facebook.
Hey, your brother from another mother is a coder. That's his thing. He gets into coding. And he's pretty good at it. He showed me this car racing game that he knocked up in 4 weeks, and I saw it and I thought, oh my goodness, how do you do that?
Oi, bro. Do you know Shotgun's real name?
Yeah, go on.
Thomas Brown. He's got 2 friends on Facebook, or 3 of them.
Yeah.
And they're Heather Brown, and then there's Rebecca Brown, then there's Christian Brown, mate. And they're fucking dolls.
Yeah. That's a sad story, dude, because the poor guy's probably...
I'm looking at pictures of it. I think it's his daughter, and they're fucking stunning.
Hey, listen, can I ask you, well, please yourself, but there's 3 special cases I think we need to focus on big time. Oh, no, hang on, 4, is it? Cerebus, Fatty Chaswold the Almighty. Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Bulldog 101. Frank's Green is Envy. Yeah, I think there's one missing. It doesn't matter. Yeah, is there anything we can do to sort of maximise our effort of attack on these? Because I really want to hit them hard, the hardest we possibly can.
You just got to play silent and look at the Facebook, because I'm looking at his Facebook right now. It's the way I found out on fucking it was found through Pedro's Facebook. I just looked at the comments and all that shit. I'm going through Facebook again through Facebook account.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Well, I got Facebook, so I might do a bit of research as well.
Well, what's your name on Facebook? I'll add you on my fake account.
Yeah, Rob Beasley, B-A-S-L-E-Y.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, so I'm gonna just do this stuff, and
I don't even know what one it is. It's how you spell Beasley. Is it B-A?
Nah, B-E-A-S-L-E-Y. Yeah. Got a purple flower, and another one. I got 2 of them. Hey?
Jefferson College.
Yeah, that's the one. Whoops.
And you got the same photo up there, 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, something like that.
4. You got 4 of the same photos up as I can see of that one same profile picture, the other one.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a hippie type thing, isn't it?
I'll make a group chat and add you all to add Joe's and all that to the group chat, and Petra Miller and Izzy Warner if I can. No, there's 5 now. Yeah,
we want to start maybe bringing that crew over our way, and then nominating someone within the group to run everything, and then we can duck in and out.
No, I'll run everything on Facebook. It's easy for me.
Oh, okay. Oh, I'm not familiar with that sort of stuff on Facebook. Anything else happening with you?
No, not really.
Yeah, we're sort of on top of things, aren't we, really?
Yeah, but well, mine does hang out. He's completely fucked it up. No one, only 4 people watch it. He's completely ruined himself by adding mods. Because then they ban people without Mondo even knowing.
Yeah. Well, you know, he deserves everything he gets. But I look at it this way, Monkey, so that it doesn't break my spiritual rules. I love the man, you know, he's a human being, but I hate ego. Hate him with a passion. They screw our world up. There you go. You know, these false thoughts about who we really are.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I got my own definition for a couple of things, like cognitive dissonance, because that's a good tool to recognise when someone's got an, you know, to work out who's the one that's got the bullshit thought. That's when they go fight, flight over when, so they got an idea about themselves that relates to reality in their head that's wrong. And then someone comes along and presents the truth with a firm hand. Yeah, that's right. They go cognitive dissonance. And then when that happens, you know for sure that the person that does the fit is the one with the false idea. So it's handy from that point of view. You know, like you can say up front, I know that you're wrong. I'm going to predict a certain outcome, and then I'm going to show you why you're wrong. You go all antsy pants. And it's because it's instincts, not hearts, lungs, or anything like that, but instincts. They're their own thing. The brain doesn't control. Anyone stepping out of line? You keeping a good eye on the troops, are you?
Yeah, I'm just watching in and out, really.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't take us long to spot the problem. Hey, you've been watching Dan Corner at all? How's he going?
I don't even know. I haven't talked to him in ages until like a couple of days ago.
Yeah. I'm just keeping a close eye on him, that's all. I think he's coming along good, but he's sometimes... Hey?
Yeah, true.
Yeah, you just got to be a little bit careful. Got to be a little bit careful. This is what Bulldog did tonight, right? He rang up here, rang my folks home, and said he was Dr. Trim Tram or some damn thing. And you could tell it was his voice. But I still played along with the game. And then I hung up and, you know, he said to ring Mercy. So I rang Mercy Hospital and no one knew him. So that was a non-event. But it's interesting. It shows where they're at in terms of escalation. They're right near the top of ready to bust. But they're still trying little bullshit, you know, weak ass tactics.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Right, well, I'm going to keep working on that. I mean, you do whatever you want to do. Stay here, go there, be where. And I'm just going to start yakking about this stuff. Oh, that Sugar Rhodes is another one that should go on the list. She's a bit of a nightmare. I tell you, there's someone I haven't seen for a while. Is that Tom Arter dude?
Couple of days.
Hey?
Couple of days that I'm saying I'm on the line.
Yeah.
That's like fuck what I was gonna say.
Yeah, I do that. All right, everybody. Now, where do we get to in our little conversation? So, we spoke about a lot. Yeah, what I'll do, I'll start with this concept. Actually, Monkey, it might be, if you've got 2 bobs worth, chime in. Because it's one of my, if you want to say something, just have a say or contribute. I'll introduce the topic, though. So, all the while, right, while I was working out what this enlightened stuff is and how it functions, I wanted to be able to take the people that were egoic and turn them into the good people. But so far I've got zero outcome. So it seems like it might be a hard thing. But in my family, right, family history, it's almost like there's a bloodline scenario going on. But it sort of snakes its way through the family. So not everyone gets the enlightened state. So what I'm going to call that, I'll call that the Jesus bloodline. I don't know whether it's true or not, but just for point of focus, the evidence at the moment seems to suggest that people are born into this condition. Because if I reflect on my life, all of the key characteristics, being stubborn about what I want to do and not, I'm really stubborn. I mean, not just stubborn. That hallmark I see in most of the people that we end up classifying as, or put the brand of enlightened on. So it is a mystery for me. And what is the mystery? A, is it a bloodline issue? In other words, is it inherent, like something like an autism or of that nature in people? Or is it something that's part of the human condition?
Yeah.
And it can be brought out in everyone. What do you think, Mucky?
No, I don't know. Certain people don't have it, certain people do.
Yeah, that's the argument that says some have got it and some don't. But what about the argument that those that don't can be switched over, enlightened?
Nah.
Oh, shit, that's the way.
Because if everyone's going to be enlightened, it's like, what's the fucking point then?
Oh, no, it works.
Brainwashed.
It works because, when we get together and we have a good session, we look rolling around the floor laughing and having a real good time. So you can have multiple enlightened people and it actually works. We're more productive in society. We're more caring. We don't really cause trouble unless you cause us trouble. So there's good signatures. And we can survive alone and we can survive alone happily. So, mate, it works. Don't worry about that. It's the best model.
Yeah.
You'll never get
I just found Tom Hardy's Facebook page.
Well, don't go harming Tom. He's one of the good ones.
He's an alright bloke. Do your Facebook page.
Yeah, he's been in prison and all that. You've heard that story.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then there's a guy called Lewis. He's enlightened. He went through prison. So Tom and Lewis are hooked up and they're into gambling, online gambling. All right, so all right, at the moment, it seems that Monkey and me agree that it seems to be something in the genes or something like that, and it only hits certain people. What we've got to do is try and find enough and convert them, and that's what I spend most of my time on. That's my passion. My passion is it possible to flick the switch? Because it's a simple mechanism. It truly is. It's so simple you wouldn't believe it. Okay. So that's
a good tip, bro. If there's a horse, cows, or sheep in a field, odds there's the mushrooms.
Hey? What did you say?
I'm going through Tom Hardy's photos and all that shit. That's what.
Yeah.
When I'm on Facebook, I always suss it out. I've sussed your Facebook account out. I've seen your daughter. I've seen your kids. That's how I do it.
Yeah. Well, so I got nothing to hide. Those things don't worry me. And did you see my position on sex?
I didn't say that one. I just went through your photos and friend list, basically.
Yeah, no, that's not there. That's just recently I've decided. I've made it. This is the way I'm going to live. So I'm married to a lovely lady. Been married for 40 years. But I've, all that married life, I felt a little guilty, but, I like looking at other boobs and other ladies' boobs and all that sort of stuff. So I've decided that I'm going to run with the nature. So if I want to look, touch or whatever, hopefully I don't touch too often, masturbate, all that sort of stuff, which are natural conditions, I'll just do it if I want, because that's true to my spiritual nature. And I think, I have a theory, right, that if you open up the sexuality story and live by that, not live by it, but practice that rule, you can get yourself into a better position to argue the spiritual story. It's just a theory at the moment, but I'm working on it. I'll practice hard, day in, day out, day in, day out. So, yeah, that's that. So, that bloodline, I'm going to call it the Jesus bloodline, because Jesus was an enlightened dude. I know that for 100% fact. That's all he was. He didn't walk on water, he didn't do any of that shit. He was just like us, no different. In fact, we're like mini Jesuses, if you want to look at it that way, but really the true way is he's just like us. So the Jesus bloodline, discuss that. We've got an outstanding theory that's unproven yet. Bulldog, I mentioned the Bulldog 101, and here's something I want to talk about. Enablers, fence sitters, hate it with a passion. What are they? They're people that sit by when they spot something. So like you and I, right, when we spot the wrong thing, straight away. But what these people do, they spot the wrong thing, so there's no question that they can't see it. But they don't do a damn thing about it. And then they sit around the campfire just justifying not sticking up for their friend. So, folks, and you actually screw yourself over spiritually. So this might be a reason, monkey, why people aren't progressing through spirituality, because they're getting screwed over by their egoic nature. That's something to explore. So now to give you a couple of examples of that, this guy I met tonight, he was a Ubuntu friend. And I thought, I'm not convinced. I wanted to find out why he befriended this guy. Eventually he said he was gay, so I knew, right, there's a gay connection. They're both abusers of other people and have been abused. So that's what happens with these silly whackers. They get abused and then they go off and abuse others. It's like the baboon model, not the monkey model, the baboon model. So that's why he had an affiliation. And it's probably why he sits on the fence. So he sits there while this nasty little prick Ubuntu, does wrong things and screws with people's spirituality or psychologically attacks them. Now, a psychological attack, these gaslighting attacks, are defamation 101. They are. They're the clearest form of defamation in court according to the criteria. So what that means, folks, is that if you ever learn, or so go to the Good Wolf channel, there's some articles in there on gaslighting. If you ever get gaslit and you're short of dollars, you can take these pricks to court, and I'd say 9 times out of 10 you should win. And right, so that's that. We've done the Jesus thing. Now we've got our little posse hanging around, 2 youngers and then 12 elders. They are the hounds from Hello. They're sitting there in the wing ready to take over if I get hit by a bus. The thing on Islam, the attack on Islam is going a bit slow, so monkey, don't know whether you got any ideas, but we need to try and push it out there and push it as far as we can. So the bid's there. It's just about getting it in front of people. So that's a biggie. We've got to really attack his zone with bigger. Yeah, maybe that's about it for the night, I guess. Anything you want to talk about?
Nothing.
None. Did you steal that from me?
What?
None.
Nah.
Oh, okay. Just same mind, same thinking. Oh, you haven't seen that Benny dude, have you?
Huh?
Benny. The
Nah.
yellow bull.
He hasn't been on in a while.
I know. That's really weird for him because he was kind of addicted to this. But he got I gave him a real hard slap. That causes reaction. It really does. And I actually, now that I think about it, maybe I'm getting closer to that answer to whether people can be converted. Because what I've found is when you give people a really good, hard, firm kick in the ego nuts, they move further towards being good people. So
Yeah.
I think we need to watch Benny closely. And who's another one? Oh, Sugar Rose. You know her?
Huh?
Sugar Rose.
Nah, I don't know.
Yeah. She's a spiritual junkie. You know those people that run around going, Kumbaya? Just bullshit. Yeah, that's right. That's her. But she's an enabler as well. She enables bloody Bulldog using the air. So what I want to do with Bulldog is I want him to go to jail, or because I reckon that'll give him a first-hand education in him. I want to potentially sue him, but it depends on me. And I think he needs a psychiatric evaluation because he's got a number of the classical definitions in his behaviour pattern. So he's a narcissist. He's a narcissist. He's a bully. He's a drunk. Oh, hey, monkey. Guess what? I had a thought how we could step things up a bit, make it more, put a bit more pressure on them to become good people. It's a thing I call the Pharisee lie. I'll just leave it at that, but if you want to know the details, specifically to Bulldog and his son, so it's a story. Now, look at me, right? What they did to my story and my family story, I'm suggesting we give him the same treatment back. So he gets a dose of his own medicine. Now, Kerberos, hey, viewer number 3. Kerberos, he's someone I want to go really hard on, real hard. And same with Caswell the Almighty. So with Kerberos, I need to find out where he lives and what his name is, his real name, and a contact number for his work. Because I want to start there and dob him in. Then Down's taking care of this. And I did ask him explicitly to move quickly on it. I want to take him through the court system. Then I want to get him psych evaluated as an outcome from the court decision. And also in that process, hit him up for defamation. That's the pattern I think that will work with all of these people. So that's Cerberus, and the next dude is we got Chaswald the Almighty. Now, I don't know whether you're going to believe this or not, and this is not me making murder threats or whatever, but people that are prideful and really stubbornly prideful, I mean, really, really stubbornly prideful, and that's this Chaswald the Almighty. They set themselves up for some bad karma events in later life. And it's not spooky wooky stuff, it's actually quite real. So Chaswald's going to have that outcome, but I want to sue him as well. So the suits, the defamation suits, I want Chaswald and I want bloody that Cerberus, those two, and that's it. I don't believe in overcooking it. I just deal with the monsters that did it. Then basically once that's proven and people promise to, behave better and not do those bad behaviours, then I'm finished, moving on. Now Frank Green, he's a professional behavioural analysis, right? And I don't like that discipline. I don't like psychology. Never have, probably never will. Because I reckon we manage that stuff through what we know, the 2-inch survival. So I want to, well, I've already done this, but I don't know, I didn't get any feedback, so I don't know whether it was effective or not. I want to report him to his associate, his professional associate. I want to report him to the police. I don't necessarily want to go legal on him because he's got family. Well, these guys will find the rest. So Bulldog. And anyone that's, so hopefully if we move quickly on these 4 characters, we'll learn a couple of things. A, if we're firm and hard, does it have an impact on making them better spiritual people? That's how we roll. So with enlightened people, you'll be having a conversation. Boom, they're gone. Because that's his agenda. He's working his own agenda, his own thing. And it's appropriate spiritually because you shouldn't ever worry about or impact or influence or who's this prick? Is this a real Brother John? Speak. No, it's us. All right, sit there. Now, I'll just do this. So what's happening, we might finish soon. What's happening is this is a fake account. You say, yeah, give me something more concrete. Something that no one else would know. Otherwise, you're going to sit there and I'm going to shut it down. So that's how we roll as enlightened people. We just go. We do not ever, and people don't get this, but we never ever step on the toes of other people, ever. We stomp on their fucking egos, but that's about where it sits. Well, Brother John left. But I guess he either the real one and got the shits. Oh, what he'll do is crash this, so it'll be cool then. So never, ever impose your will on anyone else. Allow them to be whoever they want to be. Don't be jealous of them. Just trust them. And you'll have a wonderful, wonderful experience of life and relationship. It makes the world of difference when you let these things go. And that is part of the enlightenment process. You must let these things go. Otherwise, you'll never get to be enlightened. Now, apart from being independent, Oh, so in my case, right, and I only recently realised this, my wife gets jealous. She just does. And she has a worldview on it. And I said, no, not acceptable. I will not accept your jealousy. And if I want to look at a lady's boobs, and she wants to share that experience, then it will happen. End of story. There's no malice or anything I do. It's just that it's a sexual thing which I would like to do. So, part of a big, part of a boom. Simple, no harm done, consenting adult, all the good stuff. But then when you express these things, people pipe up and got all their opinions under the sun, and they'll fight you vehemently for something that's got nothing to do with them, and it's none of their business. So we must let others, run free, live free. And we must practice that. We don't have to practice it, it's just the nature. We should live that ourselves. It's freedom. All right, I think what we might do for a closing entertainment, we'll let the bullies come in and stomp all over the ground, because I think I've got things set up correctly. Yeah. Okay. All right. This is the Gospel of Jesus. If you're interested, I'm more than happy. I'll go through the whole 114. I'll decipher them all for you. They are 100% authentic spiritually. So this condition of these two survival instincts within all of us, this is what the human spiritual condition is. It's within us. And Jesus said precisely that. He also said seek and find, and that's all very evident and knowable. So it would be great if we could just honour the man and get back to his true teachings and spread the love. Spread the love, Oh, there he is. Sent it to our X-chat. Gave me a link, maybe in a bit. 19 minutes ago. Me and Jello are in a rabbit. Yeah. Now, see, there's an interesting thing. I mean, they're fluffing around out here in the outside chat. That doesn't mean anything to me. I don't have to engage it, whatever. So I urge you to, if they give you the opportunity to practice this, right, you'll spot it. It's just bullshit. Twists on what you said. Just practice ignoring it. Shut it down. So see, I'm going to do that now. If I go up here, leave. Now, what I could have done, I could have actually, what I could have done, now up here, see, he's being malicious and making up stories. That's inappropriate. So that should be reported. Back. Yeah, but you see, that sort of report ain't going to go anywhere. Now, that sort of apathy to reporting is a problem. It's a big problem. There's my good buddy. Oh, Brandon's hooked up. That's cool. This is really cool, and I'll tell you why. That sort of yellow and black helmet is the guy. They call him non-stop. Oh, Benjay. What is that, November 27th? Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Looks like the boys have come to town. Oh, yeah, but that's weird. Oh, my goodness. My goodness. Holy guacamole. Yeah, that has a significant impact. Oh, dear. I must understand how that came to be. I must. Wow. What an interesting time. There's Benny. Yeah, so piss that prick off, and he'll be that, and he just comes in and out, this Cerberus hex. So it's like a stalker, right? Stalker. But he's incessant. It makes me not angry, but really annoyed. I suppose that's how you get it. It pisses me off. But I'm a big boy, I can live with it. Beat that. Cage, that's cage. That's sugar. That's those two. Yeah. Oh, where you go? Oh, that was something really interesting today. Big breakthrough, and something that I'm going to push. We restored Wrestling Jesus to his place within the community after being bullied. So we help him recover from that situation. So, Mr. Luke Dog, you've got our support now because you told the truth. Well done, dude. Okay, so what's next? Oh, the video game. Where is it? All right, stop that. Stop. All right. Ah, close that one. Yeah, that's buggy. All right, I can see you. I'll give them the link now and we'll see what they'll do to us. Oh, it's you, Troy. And brothers, you fucking know what you're doing. Go for it, boy. Oh, beautiful dog. La, 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 la. Okay, viewers, I think that'll do it for this evening. Peace, love, and rock and roll. It's inside your soul.